Is expansionary fiscal policy effective? Yes or no? Expansionary fiscal policy is highly effective when needed most in a deep recession. So I say yes, and the following points will be reasons why I do believe it is. So, when the economy is in bad shape, the effectiveness of increased government spending in boosting GDP depends on the depth of the recession. This is new research that has been done since May of 2015. One thing they found is that it takes time, just as any other fiscal policy, due to all the time that it takes to get approval from Parliament, then it must be presented properly. So it takes time because it has to go through certain things to get to the final stage. And it also comes with two buts. The first one is it is based on the assumption that the debt level of the economy is sustainable. The second one is our results cannot be mirrored to cuts in fiscal spending. They do not imply that cutting fiscal spending is positive for output and expansions, nor negative when the economy is in recession. So I read an article and I found this picture. It is types of monetary policies. This one here is the expansion monetary policy, and this one is the contractionary monetary policy. So it says the expansion one helps speed up the economy or increase economic growth. And why I said it, and then contrary to it, the contractionary monetary policy helps slow down the economy or slow of economic growth, which is why I went with this one and not this one. Then we have impact of the policy. The definition is this involves the government as seeking to increase aggregate demand through higher government spending and or lower taxes. So basically, expansionary fiscal policy is usually financed by increased government borrowing and selling bonds to private sectors. So it's a whole process. So how it works, if the government cut income tax, then this will increase the disposable income of consumers and enable them to increase spending. Higher consumption will increase aggregate demand, and this should lead to higher economic growth. So alternatively, if the government increased investment in public work streams, this government spending would create jobs, increase incomes, and lead to greater aggregate demand. So, some advantages of expansionary fiscal policy would be first, the multiplier effect, which is when the government spends an extra dollar, someone receives it. Investment, increased government investment. This includes stimulus spending, relaxation of unemployment insurance, qualification rules, and increased transfer to other levels. Then you have employment. Increased investment opens up to more opportunities and more jobs. When you go to consumption, people spend when they have disposable income. So if there's no disposable income, then people are not allowed to consume. And these are all the sources that I use to get all my information from. Each quote that I have done is from these three sources. So yeah, I do agree with fiscal policy, the expansionary one, because there's a lot of points that agree with it. A lot of the research was very credible. As you can see, this one was from .org, and this one was a .com, but it has a lot of really good information as well.